even if your name's Houdini. Our tracks they last for life and don't disappear like a genie. Communicating through your airways like a giant CB. Cause this one for your radio's over, do you receive me? Our music is so hot, it feels like the sun in Tahiti. We rickety rock gorilla style, it's bark wild, believe me. We're heavyweights in Frazier, like Ollie did with Frazier. We spit the most flavor of music.
Hey guys, it's been about maybe 3 months. It's been a really long time, and I'm just showing an update of my computer and my setup and everything. So let me get started here. First thing you might notice is I've upgraded, I mean, to Windows Vista instead of Windows XP 64-bit. Now, a lot of you might be saying, why the fuck did you do that? You know, Vista's not really that good. Well, the reason I did it was only because of driver issues. Like, I have a Zune, and for some reason, even though it's a Windows or Microsoft product, Microsoft doesn't offer 64-bit drivers for the Zune software, which is really retarded. And then just some other programs. So I got myself a copy of Vista. It's okay, I guess. I haven't really noticed any slowdowns. I mean, yeah, I mean, the benchmarks might not be slightly as high, but it'll work. And yeah, so next thing is I finally did some cable management. Now the cable management really isn't that great, but that would be because well, I didn't drill or anything because I really don't feel like taking the motherboard out, and this is a real pain in the ass for me. Alright, so what we got here is my Antec 900, the original, not the 02, and it's been built since December, and dust has not really been a huge issue, but you might be able to see that dust is getting pretty well into the fins on my Zolman cooler. And then obviously dust gets in on the bottom fan here. But back to the important stuff. I did cable management the other night. I spent maybe about an hour and a half, and obviously you can still see some cables, but it definitely looks better from before, where it was just a huge bundle from going from the bottom here up to the top, and it was blocking the fan on my GPU, which obviously made things hotter. And there was a video that I saw earlier today, and this guy had a tutorial about how to do cable management without drilling holes, and I really wish I would have saw it because it would have made things so much easier. But let's take a look here. I raised up all these with zip ties, and I made it so tight. I pulled it out into the side and the back, and I'm taking the SATA cables for my optical drive. It's going up through the bottom hole and then going into the motherboard. Same thing with my DVD-R drive, but instead I'm taking the SATA cable and it's going down into the part of the drive, the whatever you want to call it, the hard drive holder, and I'll show you the other side what it looks like. So basically, the SATA cable comes out through here, and then it goes down into the other hole. And yeah, it is incredibly messy back here, but I know where every cable is and what every cable should be doing and everything. So I mean, as long as I know that, it's good. And then for my the 24 pin for the motherboard, I took it up through here, took it down through the bottom hole, then up through the big hole, or through the top hole, and I just put it right in there. And then for the other power cable for the motherboard, just took it around, and then underneath, there's a little notch in my GPU, and I just took it underneath and put it right in there. And yeah. And then for my graphics card, the graphics card for me was probably the hardest because I have no idea where to put the stuff. So I just sort of put the two cables in the behind the fan here. So I mean, it looks really messy. But I took the one cable and I just took it through there, and then it goes out, down, and then into the CPU. And then, yep. I didn't do anything for the cooler fan there because it's just a really tiny cable. Oh, here's a good couple ones. For the headers, the buttons on the top here, I took it around and underneath everything here, which the problem with these cables is it's really tight. Like, they should have made the cables longer, honestly. And then I just took it underneath the GPU and I plugged it in, and it just fits. Like, really, you can't really do anything with that, but whatever. And for some audio cables, hold on, let me make it a little brighter here so you can see. I took it, there's a little hole right underneath the, right behind the power supply, and I took the cables through the big hole here, right there, and I just threaded them down into the little square right there. Now, if you're gonna do that, if you get any ideas, make sure you put tape around it because the one side's really sharp. You don't want to be cutting your cables. And then after I did that, I just threaded them up through there. Like the USB cable is right there. I took it through there. One of the audio ports cables is right here. And actually, wait, this is the USB. Yeah, sorry. That's another audio cable, I believe. And yeah. Oh, fans. Forgot about that. For this fan, because it's basically farther away, I took the cable down, through and around, and then I just barely made it through the square opening through the power supply, and then I just took it around here and I plugged it in. And then for this fan, for the top tri-coil fan and the bottom one, I took them through the top hole right there and I plugged them in right up here, so they're all right there aligned. And yeah, the computer's holding up pretty good, I'd say. Vista's, it's not as very stable as I hoped it would be. Yeah, cable management looks alright, I guess. If you got any other ideas for how I can make it better, send me a message or whatever, comment the video, and yeah, I'll get back to you or whatever. Thanks, see you.